Now, in this week, we're going to focus on building out our design for our apartment complex website in Adobe XD and then porting it over into InVision to create your first interactive prototype for the course. I'm super excited about that. In the video just below this, I go over how to do that, how to export from Adobe XD into InVision. Y'all already should know how to do some of the basics as it relates to design inside of XD as you showed in the last project, project number 1. All right, let's go back to our presentation here, and we'll just give it a little bit of overview of the assignment itself for this module. So you're going to be building upon your wireframes in your style guide and now bringing your apartment complex website to life. So also remember your user, the location you selected, the type of apartment that this is, and the inspiration that you gathered in your mood boards. All of those things will be very helpful resources when you start your design. For some of y'all, as you in project number 1, I noticed that we had some really strong visual examples as far as the UI inspiration goes. And not quite sure how that ultimately ended up looking as far as your final mock-up, your final UI design. So remember back, now we've went through our mood board, which is a few weeks ago. We went into our IA map, which really helped us with our wireframes. Then we took our wireframes and we saw some of the consistent patterns. And so we established our style guide based off of kind of a combination of our wireframes and our mood board. And now we're moving into our final kind of our UI design, our layout, our design in Adobe XD, and then creating a clickable prototype in InVision. So as we go into that, leverage your style guide, leverage your mood board as your inspiration, your UI inspiration. Hopefully the combination of all the things that we've done so far make a really informed, give you a lot of information to go into your final UI and clickable prototype there in InVision. So once again, just to reiterate, we're designing our UI in Adobe XD, exporting that into InVision, and creating a clickable prototype. And again, the video below this walks through how to do just that. As far as the requirements go for this project, we're keeping it simple. No need to export a PDF for this one or a package for this specific assignment of UI screenshots there. We're actually going to be sharing a link from InVision. And again, there's a video down in the actual instructions down below that walk through how to generate those share links to share with your classmates. So we're going to be actually clicking into your prototype, experiencing it, and it'll be really cool to see what you've done to create your first interactive website, your first interactive prototype there in InVision. So your file type will actually be that share link. Minimum number of pages is 6. Some of you all might have more, but just make sure you meet that minimum of 6. From an interaction perspective, InVision provides a lot of cool and advanced and in-depth interaction opportunities for your prototypes. Now, for this project, I'm only worried about making sure that your navigation is clickable. So make sure you hit that minimum. That video below walks through how to set that up basically, but you're going to do that for all 6 pages. You can also do that on your calls to actions, your buttons down the page. If it's linking to an interior page, hotspot that item and click in, make it clickable to go into your interior pages. You can flesh this site out to be more robust than just the main navigation, but what I'm looking for is a minimum of that. But definitely experiment. Feel free to learn about InVision, to dig into it, to experiment with overlays and things like that. But just make sure you have your main navigation linked up. That way it's easy for your peers to navigate and to experience. And then as we go to grade these assignments, also easy for me to click from page to page and find that out. Your dimensions, you're working on a desktop application or desktop website at a 1366 pixel wide dimension. So your height's going to be much higher or much longer than that breakpoint of 768, that fold line. So the width itself, we're working on a desktop only view at 1366 pixels wide. All right, let's go into some of the more particulars. So you're going to be sharing your InVision link with your group. So you're going to build your prototype in Adobe XD, export those screens as JPEGs, bring those into InVision, create your clickable prototype. And again, the video below walks through that. Your prototype should include a minimum of 6 prototype screens with a fully interactive navigation. You're going to add my email, rsfirm@ysu.edu, to the prototype. Again, there's a video, I believe it's video 7 perhaps, down in the instructions to walk through how to do that. And then generate a share link that you can provide to your peers. Share your link with your group along with 200 to 300 words explaining your thinking behind the design and the interactive prototype. Also, let us know if you created any advanced interactions there, overlays and things like that. That way we can make sure we check them out and see how you did there. And maybe you learned something new about InVision there in that product. And then we'll continue with our same group. I've double checked it to make sure we're good. We're going to continue with our same groups for project number 2. Make sure you're giving yourself enough time. Don't push yourself up to the final, few minutes to make sure you get this post. Make sure you're giving yourself enough time for any technical difficulties or issues. And that way you're not missing the deadline and it's detrimental to your grade there. So excited about this, excited to see what y'all do for this assignment here in project number 2's prototype. Again, if you're a little ahead of the game, what you should be doing anyways is making sure you're building out your final presentation package along the way also. So keep that in mind as well. So maybe after you submit your prototype, you have a few extra minutes, go back, start to build out those slides, the same thing that we did for project number 1's package we're doing for project number 2. So, but for this example, for this assignment, excited about the prototypes. Can't wait to see what y'all do. And I'll chat with y'all later. All right. Thanks, everybody.